Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we're back over with the rabbits and we're going to be taking some time with Thumper's bunnies and just checking them over to make sure that they're doing good health-wise. And one thing that I really like to check for around the age that they're at right now is to make sure that they don't have any poop getting caked and pasted to their butt. At the age that they're at right now, they're still a little bit too young. They're not really going to be cleaning themselves like your juvenile and adult rabbits do. So when they go to poop, especially if they're still laying, you know, in the nesting box and everything, that poop can become caked around their butt and attached to their fur to where they can actually get backed up and not be able to poop and expel, and that can cause death. So it's usually around this particular age that I like to keep a monitor on them. By the time they get weaned and moved out of their mom's cage, it's not something that I've ever had to worry about before. I'm sure there are certain situations where if you notice your rabbit gets diarrhea or something like that, you might want to keep an eye on it to make sure it doesn't get caked to the fur. But typically once they get older and start cleaning themselves, it's not something that you have to worry about. So we're gonna go, and they are to the point where they are jumping all around the nest and all around the cage. So it might be a little interesting, a little entertaining catching them to check, but hopefully none of them have dirty butt, but if they do, I'll get to show you how to take care of that today. So let's go check them out. Hi, Mama. Hi, sweet girl. I'm gonna talk to you for a second, okay? I'm gonna be checking your babies, checking their butts out, okay? But I'm not gonna hurt them, I promise. Hi, sweetie. They are too adorable. What are you doing? The rest are in there taking a little nap. So we're about to wake them up. What do you know? What do you know? I think we may need to check your ears soon, Thumper. And then you might have to get some mineral oil again. Thumper's, I wouldn't say she's necessarily prone to ear mites, but we've had to treat her a couple of times over the last couple of years for ear mites. So if I end up doing that again, I'll show you how we do it. We just use some Q-tips, get some mineral oil on the Q-tips and just drip it down in the ear. And that mineral oil will help drown out the ear mites and kill them off. So we've had very good success with using that. We've had to treat maybe 4 rabbits in the couple years that we've been doing this. So I know there's a lot of other things that you can use to treat ear mites, but the mineral oil works great for us and it's not expensive. So with that being said, let's get to checking some bunny butts. I don't really know what the best angle to do this is gonna be. They're gonna be super squirmy because I have not really gotten over here and socialized much with them, but hopefully this angle and setup will work. Hello. Oh, goodness. I know, sweetie, I know. Oh. And actually, the first one that we got, it looks like we have a winner. Unfortunately. Just there. I know, baby. I don't know if you can see, since it's a darker rabbit. Trying. Maybe this should have been a video that I did with Dirk here to help me hold the camera. But see there. If you can you can kind of see, hopefully, right here there's some dried poop. And the fur, it's actually not covering the bunny's butthole, it's just attached to the fur. However, we are still going to want to go ahead and get that taken care of since, all right, going back in. Even though that one is just attached to the fur and not the skin itself. It's not actually causing a blockage right now, but that bunny at the age that it's at is not going to be able to break loose that clumped up poop on the fur, and that can easily lead to a blockage. So now that I know we have at least one bunny to treat, I'm gonna go ahead and get my water bucket set up and get a table over here, and then I'll show you how I get rid of the caked poop butt. All right, I'm back with my water, and this is just lukewarm. Normally I'll use a bucket, but I figured I'd try to go with something a little bit more see-through. That way y'all might be able to see it a little bit better. Hopefully I have it positioned okay. And then just an old t-shirt. The high today is, I want to say, close to 75. So if it was colder weather, I would definitely make sure that the bunnies are dried off a lot more before I put them back in the nesting box in the cage. But it's going to be so warm today that they're going to dry pretty quickly. So I'll just dry them off just a little bit with the old t-shirt here, put them back in there, and they'll be fine. So who knows if I'll be able to actually get the same bunny that I need to work on, but we need to check all of them. So all right, who's gonna go first? All right, we have a different bunny, I believe. Hey, sweethearts. All right, so I'm flipping this bun over, and I don't know if you can see, but there's no dried poop, none at all. So this little bunny doesn't have to have a little bath soak today. So you're gonna go back in. I think, are you the culprit? Poopy butt. Nope, you're good too. She'll be the last one I grab this time around, and I'll probably grab 3 of the other ones 4 separate times. Let me see. And a couple of them do look very similar, so it'll be hard to... It's okay. And they are squirmy. But you're good, no poop on you. No poop. And then this sweetheart here is actually gonna be going to a great home as soon as he's weaned. He. And you have a clean butt. Good job. All right, it looks like the one with the poopy butt is in the cage, so I'm gonna have to go from the other side and see if I can grab her. This may be a part 2 video where I do have to wait until Dirk's home. That's the one thing with these cages that have the attached nesting boxes, is that for one person to try to grab one of the bunnies or one of the rabbits, it can be kind of difficult. So I might end up having to try and lure them all into the box and then close off the box so I can find her that way, but we'll get her. All right, I found the little rascal. Wasn't too difficult. So see if I can get you a little bit better of a view. Oh, nope. Wiggle, wiggle. But, so what I'm gonna do, like I said, I just use lukewarm water. You don't want it to be too hot. And since it's not, if it was during the summertime when it was hot out here, I'd probably just use cold water. But what I do, I'm just gonna gently grab the bunny and just dip her right into the water. I'm really gonna try just to get the area by her butt. I don't want to there's no need in washing her or dunking her completely. So we're just gonna dunk it in. I don't know, I know you can't really see great, but, and while I have it submerged here, what I'm doing is just, I'm slowly massaging around where the poop is attached. And there we have a turd. Come on, sweetie. Want to say that's everything. I think it was just that one main clump, but I just want to make sure. said, if you've never raised rabbits but you've raised chickens from hatch, it's essentially the same thing. Like with chicks, it's really important to check their butt for pasty butt when they're really young. Same thing with the younger bunnies. And that was the little culprit, just a little piece of turd just hanging on to the fur. But something so small can really cause some major medical complications if not checked. And a lot of people, you know, if you're thinking about getting into raising bunnies, breeding bunnies, it's something that you might not think about until you're stuck experiencing it. And then it's a really simple fix. Sometimes it takes a little bit more soaking, sometimes it takes a little bit more massaging, but in the process of trying to grab this little rascal, I was able to check the rest of the bunnies, and nobody else has any issues right now. With the size that they're at, within about a week, I'll probably check them one more time. But after that, they're really going to be to the point age-wise where I shouldn't have to worry about that anymore. So we're just left with a poop-caked free little happy bunny. And what's probably going to happen is that she's going to go right back into that cage, maybe do a little nursing, eat a little bit of hay, and then fall asleep for a little while. Because she sure looks like, I don't know if you can quite see. It's hard to see from this angle how the lighting is, so. But, all right, darling. I'm gonna put you back with your brothers and sisters. Here you go. What do you know? And she'll settle in and get back comfy again. But super simple chore to check on, to ensure the health of your baby bunnies. And honestly, do you really need an excuse to play with your baby bunnies and, you know, socialize with them? I usually don't. Thumper really is such a good mama. I still have not tried to breed her again since the last attempt. I want to give her a little bit more time. I don't want to stress her out since she was having some breathing issues that day. But yeah, you see all her bunnies are moving about the cabin. They're starting to munch on some kibble, and it'd probably be no more than a week and a half max, and they'll be weaned and ready to move on out of mama's cage. So that'll be fun to look forward to. It's always fun watching them grow up. But as we like to say here on Mama Bear's Homestead and More, keep on keeping on, friends.